My name is RG, and today we're going to be discussing one of the biggest issues in Fortnite that I think has gone somewhat under the radar, and it concerns the chest and floor loot. This has been something that's gradually started to annoy me more as of late, so I thought why not make a video about it. Now, Fortnite is currently in a position where there are a lot of high damage weapons available, such as the heavy sniper, the new pump shotguns, the heavy assault rifle, and 150 damage traps, meaning we've arguably never been in a more vulnerable position since Battle Royale began, to be running around without shields, and if you're under 100 health, then good luck, because a single body shot with a pump out of nowhere will send you back to the lobby before you even know it, due to the green and blue pump shotguns now doing 95 and 100 damage per hit to the body. Therefore, you really need to be playing with at least 50 shield, if not 100 at all times, otherwise you won't stand a chance. However, with the addition of so many new consumables, the chance of getting shields in chests is seemingly at an all-time low, meaning that if you get a bit of bad luck, then you can be leaving big points of interest with no shield whatsoever, which puts you in a really bad position, as one body shot to the chest from a heavy sniper will end your game early. So it's never been more important to get shields and get them quickly. But how rare are they exactly? Well, I took a look into the stats, and as of right now, the chance of you opening a chest and receiving some sort of shield is 31%, with a big shield potion being 18.2% likely, and minis being 12.4% likely. We all know how often it happens where you'll open a ton of chests and get none at all, so the shield spawn rates really need to increase. To do this, they could lower the spawn rates of balloons and increase the rate of mini shields. Balloons spawning from chests at a rate of 9.9% is particularly high, especially when a slurp juice has a 5% spawn rate and a medkit has a 6.2% spawn rate, despite being uncommon rarity, which is 2 levels lower than the balloons. The spawn rate of balloons needs to reflect the rarity, but I'll get into the spawn rate reflecting the rarity more later in the video, as I'm definitely not done there. Also, another way of increasing shield spawns would be to get rid of broken and pointless items from chests, such as the Porta Fortress, which is OP, and the bush, which has basically become a meme now. That's the last thing anyone wants from chests nowadays, as they've become obsolete since the first couple months of Fortnite. I now see someone with a bush once in every few months, so they clearly aren't needed in chests anymore. If they want to keep them as ground loot, then fine, but I don't think there would be many complaints if they were vaulted altogether, especially if it means more heals for everyone. Not having enough health or shield is one of the most frustrating parts of Fortnite, as it means that even the worst players have a chance of killing you, especially if they spot you before you spot them, so increasing these spawns needs to be a priority. However, in competitive modes and tournaments, Fortnite has tested rewarding eliminations with 50 health or shield, which I think is a great idea. So if they were to introduce these features into the main playlists, then I don't think the spawn rate of shields in chests would be a major issue anymore. This potential addition to the game has been one of the most widely wanted features by the community, ever since it was introduced into the pop-up cups. Yet Epic has not introduced them into the main game yet, and they haven't given any indication that they will as of yet. So I think that says a lot. I'm not expecting this to be added into the main playlist anytime soon, and can see Epic leaving it for a future ranked mode, as it would increase the skill gap too much for public matches, and would mean that newer players would struggle even harder to get kills, as they'd be less able to take advantage of weakened opponents. One of the main complaints here from people is that they receive poor loot from chests, and for the last year of playing Fortnite, I've always accepted that that was just how Fortnite was always going to be. I mean, can you name a more iconic duo of getting a grey vest and bandages from a chest? I think not. However, I'm seeing more and more people suggest that common items shouldn't be found in chests anymore, and should instead be floor loot only, and I'm starting to warm to the idea. This would mean that you're guaranteed to get something good, or usable at least, from chests. Well, unless you get the 6 euro of course, but screw that gun. So I'd be open to Epic one day implementing this, and can't think of many negative effects of this at all. More usable items means less RNG deaths, and I'm all for that, even if it means I get killed by better players more often. So now that we've covered the chests, it's time to discuss loot spawns, and I think we all know there's some major issues with them at the moment. In particular, the frequency of turrets found in the game. Now, turrets are one of the most controversial introductions in recent seasons, with many, including myself, finding them to be incredibly annoying to defend against. Once they were introduced, they were broken as hell, but they have been adjusted to make them somewhat more tolerable. However, they're still a pain to play against, and what makes it worse is that they're incredibly common, which makes no sense considering they're supposed to be legendary rarity. I wasn't able to find the specific spawn rates. I think Epic's keeping them private, but if you spend any amount of time playing the game, you'll quickly become aware of how common they are. So this needs reducing, especially when you consider just how rare launch pads are, which are leveled down in terms of rarity. So again, this doesn't make sense at all. I must find about 4 or 5 turrets for every 1 launch pad, and that isn't an exaggeration. Increasing the launchpad spawn rates has been something the community has asked for quite some time now, especially since bouncers were gone and the glider redeploy was removed from the game. It would add more mobility to the game that doesn't come in the form of vehicles, so I'd see that as a major plus. So overall, I believe that the rate of shields needs to increase from chests and loot spawns to combat the amount of strong weapons in the game right now, unless the plus 50 health or shield for kills is implemented. And the amount of turret spawning needs a massive decrease, with them instead replaced by launch pads to help improve mobility. Removing all grey loot from chests may be worthwhile too, with it allowing for chests to become more valuable and rewarding, therefore giving everyone a better chance of receiving usable items. If these changes are implemented, I will be hugely optimistic for the future of Season 7, and I think a lot of other people would be too. So what do you think about the potential changes? Would you want more common shields? Do you actually like that turrets are common? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time for another video. Goodbye.